Alright, make some noise, everybody. Woo, woo, woo. Hopefully our sound is working because there's a good portion of our interview show yesterday that was not. Anyway, let me share the set list again real quick. Give certain people permissions. Hey, I'm going to make Brooks the co-host. Give Evan permission to share a screen if you can figure it out. We'll do it. But before we get started, I'm just going to do a quick review of our policies. Hello, everybody. My name's Tom. Welcome to the TB&J Open Mic. Co-hosting with me tonight is Brooksy Poopsie, also known as the mayor's son. Before we get started, I'm going to do a quick review of our policies. First up, we got a 2-strike heckling policy. So first strike, we'll mute you. Second strike, i.e. doing anything weird from your camera, we'll kick you out of the room. Next, we have a 0-tolerance harassment policy. So if you feel you're being harassed, send a private message to either me or Brooks, and we'll kick them out. No questions asked. Also, when you perform, you can switch to gallery view or pin the timer to see when your 4 minutes is up. And feel free to personal message either me or Brooks if you'd prefer an audible cue. And we'll say 1 minute gently into the microphone to also try and put you asleep during your set. Yeah, and also for our networkers who may be joining us, plug your stuff in the chat. It's always a good time. And next, you're going to take a mental break because this is for our Schrodinger audience. Please note that this is an open mic, so comedians performing come to us with varying levels of experience, so be nice. Also, the content featured on this show and all of our shows may not be suitable for all audiences. You have been warned. And if you'd like to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size at district-comedy.live or Venmo me at District Comedy. And even if you can't make a donation, please consider sharing the stream or the page. Links to where you can do those things and sign up for our shows are all in the stream description. Now I'm gonna get us started with comedy. Yay! Give it up for Tom. He talks so fast. Man, I've been doing something in quarantine, and it's talking fast in the same words every time.
Fuck that shit.
But I'm gonna mostly do old jokes, but here's a new one. So Chris, my fiance, and I are looking for a third. Not because we're trying to spice things up, but because our economy is so broken, we need a triple income household. Ayo! All right, now things that don't relate to that. What's a chicken's favorite kind of porn? Bukkake! Also hentai. Hentai is also an appropriate the only kind of workout I've been able to do is on the hedonic treadmill because my happiness is relative to the goals I accomplish. I really like vegan substitutes. For example, and actually this is a true fact, if you take the water from a can of chickpeas and whisk it for a really long time, you get something that tastes nothing like a delicious tiramisu. In other news, I am actually excited because I'm up for. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. A little audition. I had a little audition. I'm optimistic about for a paid voiceover gig for a Pokemon spinoff. Yeah, it's it's kind of like a Pokemon spinoff. It's like a Pokemon fan fiction. You know, it's Pokemon porn. It's porn. But you know, it's really interesting because in the audition I still got to like do some lines with the director, and I've never done that over Zoom before. So he's like, "Tell me how to read the lines." And I was gonna be Squirtle. He's like, "Okay, I want you to read the line, but just pretend you're like scared." And it's like, Squirtle. And I know, great acting. He was like, okay, but that's good. But now I want you to try telling it like, you know, you got a sexy little secret. And I'm like, oh, Squirtle. And, you know, that was good. But then he was like, now I want you to pretend that Giovanni of Team Rocket has just asked you to take off your clothes. And you're hesitant because you don't want to do it, but you have to because otherwise he'll kidnap Pikachu. And then there'll be no Pokemon to light the star on the Christmas tree for Pokemon Christmas. It's like Squirtle. Yeah. But you know, it is like a very interesting. It is a very niche market. You know, Pokemon Christmas Hallmark porn. You know, hopefully there'll be more jobs. That's all I got for jokes. Give it up for Tom, everybody. now we're going to get to the real comedy, the real comedians. That's all of you guys. And first up on our list, he's great. He asks me to make things up, and I love it every time. I genuinely enjoy it. He comes every week, and he's such a nice guy, and he looks, I've seen people who look worse in glasses. Give it up for Ralph Anthony! Woo, 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 woo!
Yeah, hey, hell yeah. These aren't even real glasses, bro. Not even real glasses. They're blue light glasses. They reflect the blue light off my laptop and my ring light because I'm in my late 30s, so I get headaches from bright lights. I guess that's better than admitting that I might get a seizure. I don't know. I'd rather be old than be drooling and chomping on a stick. I don't know. So I've been dating my girlfriend now for we've been talking for 9 months, and it's been pretty great. After we had been together for a few months, she started introducing me to her 2-year-old daughter, and she would do it through FaceTime, and so it was awesome. It was amazing, but we would always talk when it was around like my dinner time, and so her daughter would always see me eating food. And what do toddlers call food? They call food yum yum. So after seeing me eat on FaceTime for several months, take a guess what her 2-year-old daughter calls me.
Oh.
She doesn't call me Ralph. She calls me Yum Yum. I am 6'2", 220 pounds. I'm a grown man, and my nickname is Yum Yum. As embarrassing as that is, I'm just happy that that's not my nickname in jail. Like that makes me feel so much better. It's embarrassing and cute at the same time, you know. Because the kids, we're just like kids. You know, we learn things by association. You know, kids call food yum yum. They also call cars zoom zoom. They'll call dogs ruff ruff. And then we become adults and we learn other associations. Like we learn to call our boss asshole. I'm a nice guy. Most people will debate that sometimes, but I'm a nice guy. I try to come off as a good human, but I don't like people. I just don't. Okay, I'm gonna be 40 in 5 months. Like I'm just owning. That's what happens when you become 40. You just start owning up to shit. Like, fuck it. I don't like people. But it's a very specific group of people. And I know before you guys jump to conclusions, yes, I know I'm white. I live in a basement. This looks like a QAnon manifesto. I get it. Okay. But I like small groups of people, very small groups of people, very specific niche groups of people. Like, I don't like people that pride themselves on being able to get ready quickly. It's annoying. It's very annoying. You ever meet somebody that's like, oh, I can get ready in 5 minutes. Okay. I get ready in 5 minutes. I take a 2-minute shower. I'm sorry. What? You take a shower in 2 minutes? Are you an animal? What kind of animal are you? Do people fucking hose you down in the back? 2 minutes? It takes me 2 minutes just to get soap on a washcloth. All right, you guys been my time. That's it. Thank you. You guys been great. That's my time. Thank you. I'm high.
Give it up for Ralph Anthony, who's high. Woo! Oh my god. Anytime I doubt our friendship, you incorporating your set how you hate people, and then I remember that we have so much in common. Up next on our set list, let's see who we got here in the room. Oh, I was talking to this guy. he's not actually originally from Canada/Toronto, I learned. But we're going to count him as another one of the Canadian crew at District Comedy anyway. Give it up for writer and comedian Dan Udi. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you. Thank you. That's so kind because you haven't heard my jokes yet. I am on a cleanse right now for attention. My doctor looked at my diet and said I needed to be more annoying, so here we are. I have cut out meat, gluten, dairy. I'm trying to give up coffee, but it's like the ex you can't stop sleeping with, even though every time you shit yourself. Yeah, I'm also actually 30 days sober from Facebook. Thank you. I'm trying to fill the void, so now I sell leggings, and I've taken up stalking. I'm actually a pro at internet stalking because I'm gay and it's genetic. Yeah, that's why there's so many of us in HR. It's instinct. I actually just got my COVID vaccine recently, and it's 90% effective, which is like dating a hot man with weird eyebrows. And I feel like COVID actually came at the right time for me. Like last year, things were crazy. I was sleeping with people just to see inside apartments I can't afford. Yeah. And I live in a basement, so that is anything with windows. Lockdown's actually been quite hard because it's just me and my cat. But we get on great because we're both Aries and we don't know who our dads are. No. Kidding, that was a joke. I'm a Virgo. It has actually been really nice though to just like stay inside and catch up on porn. Yeah. Season 3 is where it gets good. And I've been getting into straight porn lately because I love foreign films. I have no idea what's going on, but I just get so wrapped up in the stories, you know? Like, how will she pay for the pizza? I'm like, what is going on with her stepmom? Seems weird. And actually, during COVID, a bunch of my friends have started doing porn as well. And it's been so nice to see a friendly face, you know? Okay, I mean, it's not always their face, but it's still smiling. And at this point, it feels like half my friends have an OnlyFans. And I pay for them all because it's good to shop local. And you know what? It feels so great to support a small business. It also feels like the other half of my friends have all got pregnant. But now we're closer because we both resent what men have done to us. And that's actually me for the evening. So I'll give the time back. Thank you.
Yeah. Woo! Give it up for Dan Udi, everybody. Woo, 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 woo. Oh my God. Speaking of supporting local small businesses, if you were wondering, you can support District Comedy on OnlyFans. Our username is Dick Strict Comedy, spelled exactly how you think it would be spelled. Check us out. We don't have any content, but there you go. Next up on the mic, she hopes you laugh a little and cry a lot. Wait, that's not right. Well, have a good emotional release nonetheless, and join her on Saturdays in the Weekend Remedy. It's a really fun mic. You should definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Give it up for Grace Smatter. Woo, 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 woo.
Hey, y'all. I should go sit on the floor next to the Wi-Fi modem because that's where I have the best reception. I can tell y'all are like hearing me kind of, but seeing my lips move at a different time. So it's like a really badly dubbed film.
Yeah.
It's appropriate. I mean, I am kind of a badly dubbed film. I feel like that's what my life has been. Lonely person moves from Alaska, the lifetime she loved, to Chicago. What's going to happen next? Nothing. Oh, a pandemic. Let me just say, I'm pissed at the fucking CDC. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, so I should like holla back. Those are my people. But what the fuck? You're like, oh, nobody has to wear a mask, really? If you're vaccinated, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Oh my God, we all know this. We all know that everyone who's anti-mask is anti-vax. Like, it's the same group of people. So they're just gonna not wear a mask. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm so angry. I've already told y'all that I met that woman once last week in Kentucky. And she was like, oh, I'm not getting the vaccine. I was like, I'm so excited. I'm getting my vaccine today. It's like losing my virginity, but it's going to be better. Yeah, it will be. That was on the floor of my dorm. It was not good. But yeah, I know. It was 9 floors of horse. Did I mention that, by the way? That's what it was called. I was an RA in a dorm. Those were the days. But no, I'm just pissed. And I told her, I was like, I'm so excited. And she was like, I'm not getting vaccinated. And I said, oh my God, how was polio? But you know what? Whatever. Obviously, she didn't give a shit. But I'm pissed. I'm going to breathe it. I'm going to figure it out. I did a comedy set for a bunch of bankers today. Bankers, economists, people at the Federal Reserve Bank. I was so fucking nervous, but they laughed at everything. It's amazing. The things they were really into, though, I didn't do anything dirty necessarily, but they were really into the sexual innuendo. So like, you know, me talking about chickens and what I would do with them. Oh, that's horrible. I mean, me talking about chickens. God, I've been alone for a year and a half. Let me start over. Me talking about chickens and how they are my therapy animals, and the fact that the rooster looks at me dead in the eye, and then starts going after all the fucking chickens in front of me. It's like he's jealous, or he knows that I'm competition. Knows is, again, not the right word. I don't understand it. I should be a threat to him. I'm like this big chicken with arms, you know? Isn't he freaked out? But he's not. He just goes and starts fucking chickens in front of me. Am I jealous? Yeah. The fact that it's so easy for him? Yeah. Get it? Sucks. But whatever. He can't fly. So that's on him. Well, I can't fly either, so well. I recently found out that I'm gonna have to wear this. I'm just gonna show y'all. This is show and tell. I have to wear this for like 3 weeks. I'm not excited about that. But then I was like, oh, how great. I don't have to wear that in the office and like fend off people asking, what's wrong? Are you okay? Great. No, I'm old. That's what happened. I'm old. And by walking, I sprained my ankle, okay? Like, honestly, the chickens are about all that I have right now. Okay, don't take that away from me. Fucking, I'm gonna wear a mask for the rest of my life. Are you kidding? It makes me prettier. Whatever. My name's Grace. It's so much fun to make fun of myself. Ciao.
Woo, woo, woo. Give it up for Grace, everybody. Don't forget to check out Weekend Remedy. It's a good time. I also feel like I should say, you do not look prettier with the mask on, although I do think that there is a fun irony that's going to come about, because everybody then who's like super anti-masker, who also has not gotten the vaccine, is going to be the only people who's, you know, getting put at risk. So hopefully there's a humble irony that comes out of all this. That's also pretty dark. Let's move on to the next comic. Woo, 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 woo. All right, give it up for our next guest. I've been really liking her. She's been coming to the TB&Js lately. She's the future Kevin Hart, but taller. Give it up for Amira. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah. All right, so I like to close my eyes so I don't get wrinkles. I need to stop doing it while I'm driving. I actually had a date today, and my sister was like, oh, it's a hot date. I'm like, it's like a lukewarm date. She's like, did you shave your legs? And I was like, if he can't accept me at my hairiest, he can't take me at my smoothest. I was actually talking to him on the phone, and he was like, I said something smart, obviously, and then And he was like, "Oh, that's actually smart." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then like later on we're talking and he figured out that I had an iPhone and I was like, "Oh, you're actually smart." So let's see. What should I do? All right. So we had people over for Thanksgiving and I just like hid in the closet. I like have social anxiety. So I don't know. Is that weird? Anyone else do that? No? All right. I have ADHD, so I like to start a whole bunch of emails and then go back and choose the most important number one draft pick. Let's see. Yeah. So I don't know. Someone was actually like interested in finding out what's the difference between Muslim dating apps and like regular dating apps. I'm pretty sure that they're the same, except for the guys are hairier. They're all usually like engineers and doctors that are douchey. I don't know. It's just weird. Okay, so I bought my niece some makeup, and my mom's like, "Oh, honey, be careful. You have to worry about her reputation." I'm like, "What reputation? She's 3 years old." Like. So have you ever noticed, like, if you have any mixed friends, like they're kind of like, they might be, maybe not all of them, because I don't want to be offensive, but so they might be like confused on how to act sometimes. Like I cooked for my friend and they were like, "Oh, your food's so nasty." And then they're like, then the white side felt bad. And I was like, "Oh, did I hurt your feelings?" Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's offensive or funny or anything, but okay, sorry. I don't know. So my dad only listens to half of what I say. So I was like telling him, "Oh, like these 2 women got stabbed to death." And he's like, "Oh my God, are they okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, the women that were stabbed to death are okay." They don't have to repeat themselves. I recently got a haircut and my boyfriend didn't notice, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice." I'm like, "That's okay. I don't need your validation or your compliments or anything. I'm fine. I'm okay." And he's like, "Are you sure? Because you just said it 100 times." Yeah, I'll be fine tomorrow. I have therapy then. It's fine. I love hugging my baby niece because I'm so much stronger than her and she can't get out. I'm so glad my sister's pregnant because in July I'll have 2.5 friends. I think that's my time. All right, thank you so much.
Woo, 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 woo. Give it up for Amira, everybody. Always a good time. Always a good time. Man, I was like 1 click away from accidentally renaming myself, which is not what I want to do, Zoom. All right, next up, I'll be able to focus really hard on the technical stuff because my co-host is going to take it away for the rest of the mic. This is the fun half of the mic, the half of the mic where things get chaotic and crazy. We're all going to get canceled. Give it up for Brooksy Pops. Woo, 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 woo.
Woo, woo. All right, it's the part of the mic where the co-host just gets drunk and awkwardly confesses his mental health issues into the camera. We're talking about like OnlyFans earlier, and I think this is kind of mind-boggling to me. OnlyFans now has like a cooking element where it's like videos of chefs cooking like high-end gourmet dishes. And that is what I tell people when they catch me looking at OnlyFans. It's like, "Oh, it's cooking. Well, then why are your pants off?" Butter sauce. Why are your pants not off? I'm not the weird one here. So I'm engaged, and I've just been really looking back and like past relationships and how fucking weird they were and past dates I've had and just how great things are now that I'm with the love of my life. And I remembered the weirdest date that I ever went on was to a thing called Nerd Fighters Prom.
Oh.
And Nerd Fighters Prom was basically a comic book convention turned we just got past puberty prom date while they played rap remixes of Disney songs. Like Stunting Like Mufasa, no, like more like stunting your emotional development. Yeah, that's a very niche. It's a very niche joke for people who don't know rap remixes of Disney songs. Appeals to one person, and that one person's you, Steven. I can see it in your eyes. You knew that. No, but like, I'm not a cool person, but like compared to everybody else there, like I looked fantastic. Like here's an example of just how uncool I am. Like I was at a friend of mine's house, and they were telling me my 10-year-old thinks you're probably the coolest guy I've ever seen, or he's ever seen. I'm like, I don't get this. Like, I've never been called hip or cool. I've been called handsome. Like, you know, some people are into guys without kids that still somehow have a dad bod. I've been called book smart, which I think is like the politically correct way of saying I'm on the spectrum, but not cool. And then I realized, oh, she's insulting you because 10-year-olds thinks dumb stuff is cool, and you're 30 and you still watch Batman cartoons.
That's
All right, that's some pity chuckles. Big Batman cartoon fan in the audience. But no, like one of the weird things though at the Nerd Fighters prom is like someone dressed in like the Harry Potter outfit came up to me and they were like, "What house are you in?" I'm like, "Oh, I rent an apartment." No. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I mean, I'm a Hufflepuff. Oh, I'm an adult. Anybody here have kids?
Woo! Fur baby.
Anybody here have a girlfriend that has a kid so I can get a good segue into this? My fiance and I we're talking about kids, but it's weird though because like we aren't very parental people. Like it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help that like Chelsea, she's very smart, she's very kind, but she keeps referring to babies as it. And then you got me, and like I don't even know what to talk about with kids. Like a 5-year-old walks up and says hi, I'm like, "Hey, can you drink yet?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Well, then you and I have nothing in common." All right, you guys, that is going to be my set for the evening. Thank you so much for showing up here tonight. I am really excited for our next comedian. He's going to give us a TED Talk. Give it up for Evan Cliff.
Thank you. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. Yes, my name is Evan Clem, and I really like to play video games, guys. I like playing video games because they're like, I like playing like the latest gaming systems. It's just a good way to just escape from the world that we live in right now. I love escapism. Like I always escaping, like even at the age of 6 when I was like playing Game Boy. Like I love playing Game Boy, like Super Mario Land, while I was wearing my blue shirts and blue sweatpants and Montreal Canadian Velcro shoes. Yeah, I didn't learn how to tie my shoes for a while, but yes. But I really wanted to play the N64 because it was a big kid system. Like I wanted to play like GoldenEye, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Oh man, that was for what adults did. So you know, I wanted to be a big kid. I really did. And like what I did in Christmas of 1999, I asked Santa for an N64, and guys, I must have been a really good kid that year. I must have. Because when I went underneath the Christmas tree and I saw a big box, guess what it was? An N64! It was so cool. It was so cool. It came with this purple controller. It's called the atomic purple color. So, you know, it's like electric, like that for it. So I was so excited to see like what kind of games I had. I was like, oh, it blew my mind. What kind of games did Santa give me for Christmas? Superman! What? Oh, he gave me this gem right here. Like, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit more of a Batman person, but you know what? Superman, they're just like, they go so well together. So it's like, you know, you go flying around, shooting lasers out of your eyes, like frozen breath. And look at those graphics, man. Like, look at those graphics. Look at that chin, that jawline, those beady eyes. When I saw this game in 1999, I thought to myself, this is the future of video games, folks. 3D graphics. Oh, and then I went to story mode. Basically, what you had to do is you had to save Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane, that other guy from Lex Luthor. You had to go into this virtual world to find them. And you didn't have to, like, you know, fight Bizarro or like Brainiac or Doomsday to save them. What you guys had to do, you had to fly through hoops. That's what you had to do in this video game. You had to fly through hoops. But you know what? being the man of steel, flying through hoops. Pff, so easy, man. That is so easy to do, right? Because it's Superman. He can do anything. How hard could this game be? Well, you had 90 seconds to fly through 60 hoops. And I know that the 60 hoops because I counted. And if you missed one hoop, you had to fly back and make up for that lost ground. So you really didn't have any time to make any mistakes in this game whatsoever. And look, see, like, yeah, I missed it. And then you have to go all the way around for it. And at this point, I might as well just, like, like kill myself for like, all the times I missed it. So then what would happen is that you go around to do it. And if you miss one, well, this would come up. Oh. Lex wins, Evan sucks, you're never going to make it. And I'm just like, you know what? Seeing this every time, it really infuriated me. Because I took it personally. As a 6-year-old on Christmas Day, man, I was really mad. I was really furious. I was really angry to see this. I was like, you know what? Like, I know I was deep down, I was really disappointed in myself, but like, I was crushed with this feelings of self-doubt that I couldn't fly through these hoops. So I went to go get self-help. Just kidding. I destroyed my controller. That's what I did. Yeah. I destroyed my Christmas present. Smash, everything I care about. There you go. Yeah, I know. But guys, so, you're playing this video game, and I learned something, though, about this video game. Why I was having such a hard time with it. It's actually regarded as one of the worst video games ever made. It wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me. I felt so vindicated when I found this out that it was like one of the worst video games ever. So I learned something, folks. Sometimes in life, despite your best efforts, the game is just rigged. That's what it is, man. The game is rigged. So I hope you folks enjoyed my little capitalist critique here on it, and I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, keep it going for Evan Klim. All right, and keep it rolling up for our next comedian. He is from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where satire and sarcasm are synonyms. Give it up for Colin McShane. Woo.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm glad to be here tonight. I'm especially glad to be here because I just had a really rough day today, so I'm just glad to be doing some comedy. My first set, I was late to. It was an early morning Zoom mic, and the reason I was late was because my Keurig just wouldn't cooperate with me. Like, I was just trying to make a quick cup of coffee before my set, and all of a sudden, the Keurig turned into my girlfriend, and it was like, why do you always come quick and leave? What about my needs? And then I was late to my second set, an afternoon set, because right as I'm about to jump onto the show, my laptop decided that it was going to do an hour-and-a-half update. So I did a quick scramble to jump onto Zoom on my phone to make this show. So yeah, an hour-and-a-half update. And all it did in that hour and a half was forcibly reinstall Microsoft Edge and make it my default browser. So now every time I go onto a website, it asks my permission to use Quaaludes instead of cookies. So now I'm sitting here and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, what else is going to happen? Am I going to go up on stage, throw some racial slurs at the opener, and then get canceled? No, that was it. Okay. So my dad, he's a very staunch conservative and Trump supporter. So when I came out to him, like, he couldn't handle it. He just, to this day, he just refuses to believe that his eldest son is a comedian. The one time, the other day, my dad and I were discussing gay marriage, which obviously he's against. And he's actually divorced twice now. So I was like, listen, it comes down to this. It's this simple. I was like, if two people want to intertwine their misery and their debt, then, let them have at it. And he was like, well, I understand that and all, but my thing is, I don't want to be sitting at a bar having a conversation with a dude, and at the end of the night, all he wants to do is sleep with me. Like, I have a problem with that. And I was like, congratulations, Dad. Now you understand how women feel. But perhaps I shouldn't judge my dad too harshly because I myself have had issues with dating. Large part of my issue with dating is that I have a really bad dandruff problem.
Sure.
So, like, for example, I brought this chick home one time to my house, and we were both drunk and horny, and she starts to undo my belt, and she pulls my pants down, and she goes, and I said, "It's just dandruff, not crabs, I swear." So I was reading in the local Philadelphia newspaper the other day about how Philadelphia jail cell doors can be easily tampered with from inside the cell with something as simple as a small mirror that can be bought at the prison commissary. Which ironically is how I'm going to see myself, which ironically is how I'm going to leave this set tonight. I'm going to see myself out. Thank you guys. I'm Colin McShane. That's my time.
Woo! Let you guys keep it going for Colin McShane. Alrighty, and roll up for our next comedian on the mic. You've seen him before on this mic and also staring at you in the Walmart parking lot. Give it up for Paul.
We're going to take the energy of this mic way down.
Yeah.
Because you guys are about at 8 and I'm about at 2. I'm a comic magician, and that sounds great on paper, but I've been with my fiance for 17 years, which is its own joke in itself. But she's had it with me, guys. She gave me the ultimatum. She looked at me and she says, when we go out to eat, no magic tricks for the wait staff. And then I'm like, sure. But as soon as we get to the Olive Garden, because it is the Olive Garden, you look at me. Do I look like I eat anywhere else but the Olive Garden? Look at me in my whole face. I have Olive Garden eyes. Which is a good or a bad thing depending on where you fit in the tax bracket. So I sit down and I'm like, hi, my name is Paul. I know, it's crazy. I burned the hell out of my hand for you guys. I'm going to try to get through this card trick in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. If it seems a little rushed, it is because I'm just going to make it up. So basically what happens is how a card trick works is someone says stop.
Stop.
Fantastic. I'm going to avert my eyes because I don't want you to think I'm cheating. Do you memorize that card?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Now I'm going to open my eyes because I can't do the rest of the trick without looking at the cards. I'm actually not even going to use the cards because I am going to try to predict the future. You notice that there's an envelope standing here? It took me 3 hours to stand this thing up. Okay, so basically what happens is I want everybody to feel like they're included. You see, when I was 9, I was diagnosed with autism, and if you don't laugh at my jokes, you're a bad person. I mean that. So what happens is that I will invite everybody in the room, in this Zoom room, and in America and other places. I'm from New England. I don't believe that there's anything else other than New England. That is how we are raised. We are the place that Apple Spice came from, and I've been apologizing for years. That's not true, but I like to say that it is. Anyway, everybody in this Zoom room, think of a card. You have one. And the reason why you shouldn't do this is I have a card with every single card on it. Because, guys, I told you at the beginning of this, I'm a magician. Why wouldn't I have this? Look at my eyes. If my fiance knew how much magic I owned, she would divorce. I mean, she would break up with. We don't sleep in the same bed anymore. Anyway, I just want to thank you guys for watching my magic so much. I did know what your card was. See, there was a payoff. Oh my god. Well, anyway, I'm gonna use my last 16 seconds. I wasn't joking around when I said I had autism. I had a lot of people tell me I wouldn't be able to do this in the 90s. So fuck that guy. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay here.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Paul Kilmer. Oh man, I remember last time he was on, like McD saw it and had his just mind blown. All right, give it on for our next comedian. She is from San Diego. Give it up for Jessica Hudson.
Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you. Man, last time I had to follow the magician. I do love Paul's stuff, so it means I just have to step up my game. You know, as some of you know, I'm 40. I'm not dry like 40-year-old women. I'm super wet. I did just get out of the shower, so no, I'm like an enigma. Most people don't know what I am. I mostly get that I look like a Jewish girl from New York who can handle a big dick. But no, I'm not Jewish. I'm actually a Hispanic lesbian, and the only dicks I like are at Dick's Sporting Goods. Yeah, that punch. My girlfriend wrote that punchline for me. It's fucking shitty. Anyway, speaking of Walmart, Paul was in their parking lot, I guess. I went to Walmart with my girlfriend. I don't shop there; she does. And it became apparent how young I do look, and how I don't look gay. Martha, at the customer service rep at Walmart, thought my girlfriend and I were sisters. And then she thought we were like mother-daughter. So either way, I was getting complimented. Because my girlfriend's 30. She does look older than me, but I told Martha, you know, we're whatever you want us to be, because either way, we're going to fuck tonight. So... no, Walmart's interesting. It's I love going there super high. I mean, I love going anywhere high, but Walmart's the best place. I noticed that it's like a field trip, Walmart, for me. I noticed that they had Similac products locked up behind, cabinets like it was, liquor. And I turned to my girlfriend, I go, are you fucking kidding me? Walmart locks up their baby products? She's like, yeah, because people will steal it. And I'm like, okay, well, Walmart, you're fucking greedy. You're already greedy, but I can't believe you won't subsidize your future customers. You're fucking starving your next generation of shoppers. You're fucking shooting yourself in the foot. I don't know. I thought it was ridiculous. What I also saw at Walmart was the ceiling high display of cereals that kids are now eating. Cereal companies have gotten bold, man. At least back in our day, I'm Gen X. So back in our day, we had Lucky Charms. We had whatever, Cocoa Crisp, all this shit that was disguised. But they flat out had oatmeal cream pie cereal. Like, it was literally little mini cookies. And it was basically, you're going to feed your kid cookies and milk for breakfast. I mean, it's the same thing. We had the same sugary cereals, but at least ours was disguised as not cookies and milk. I just thought that was funny. I mean, I guess it's actually for the stoners. Like, I should have been buying that cereal because I was high in there and it looked good. Anyway, I have 20 seconds. I don't know what else to say other than I love this mic. And thank you, guys.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Jessica Hudson. All right, our next comedian is going to be closing us out. He is hiding in his hole, sipping his vinegar and hissing at the sun until she goes away. Give it up for Steven Osborne.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. sometimes I tell people that I dabble in comedy, which is a mistake because you always get that whole "tell me a joke" thing, So what I found works for that is I go into my new untested hour of material, and I do not stop. I do not pause. They're gonna hear about my cock and balls. Sorry, Mom. Old Uncle Jeb done ruined Thanksgiving again. It's not my fault. But no, I've been living in Germany for a while now. I'm from America originally, and I think German is an extremely cute language. I mean, it gets a bad rap because of the guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But all of the nouns in German, like it just sounds like they just forgot the actual like proper name for the thing. It's just like the Feuerzeug, the fire thing, Spielzeug, play thing, Faultier, lazy animal. It's just like, what is that thing, that sloth? It's called a lazy animal. I don't know. And then like the translation, like Santa Claus literally translates to Christmas dude. They just call it Santa Christmas dude. It's really cute. I don't know. I love it. But no, I came to Germany originally from Florida in order to, live my dream of working part-time in a women's underwear warehouse, putting women's underwear into boxes, which is the perfect job for a pervert like me. I mean, I really love it. Among other things, I get to say I'm a professional boxer. And people are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's why you're stumbling around and slurring your words at 9 a.m. on a Thursday morning. I'm like, yeah, that's brain damage from the boxing. That's what that is. But yeah, no. Sometimes I like to put little fortune cookie fortunes into the women's underwear boxes, but instead of lucky numbers on the back, it's my number. And also like a little bit of a dick pic on the front, but there's plenty of room for the fortune. It's very small. It's fine. That's how I'm going to find myself a nice German wife, get some nice German healthcare, which is a weird loophole when you think about it. Like you can just like marry someone and become a citizen of that country. Like you can live and work and pay taxes in a country for years. And the government's just like, yeah, can you just promise to only fuck one person while you're here? That would be much preferable. It's like they're terrified of a sexy refugee crisis, I mean, just a bunch of hot guys coming over the border. You can't compete with that. And I would rather, for the record, have Syrian refugee restaurants in every corner than a Hooters in every corner. So I get it. But yeah. Any lizard fans in here tonight? Lizard fans in the audience?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. How's that for a transition? So there's a lizard here in Germany called the Blindschleiche. It's got no arms or legs. It's basically a snake. I don't know who the biologists are trying to fool calling it a lizard. But the Blindschleiche, if you translate that from the cutest language on earth into English, it's called the long cripple. Where it is a long cripple. It makes sense. And the great thing about the long cripple is that that's also the name of my penis. And that is also going to be the rest of my set, is names of animals that sound like disappointing genitalia. So here we go. That's chinchilla, bushmaster, of course, blunt-head tree snake, box jellyfish. How about the wet dog because it smells like old oatmeal and comes every time you call it? Now, I think some of you guys have already heard some of these jokes before here tonight, and I'm sorry about that, but you know what it's called when you do the same thing over and over again and expect different results, don't you?
Madness.
That's right. Stand-up comedy. So much. I am Steven. You can find me on Tinder. That's my social media presence. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, you guys, keep it going for Steven Osborne. And I was a bit of a liar when I said that Steven was going to be the one who closed us out because we just had a last-minute comedic addition, and he will be our real closer. Give it up for my fellow Mainer, Mr. AJ Capuccio.
Hey, guys. Fun fact, legless lizards are different from snakes because they have external ear openings and eyelids and firmer bodies. Now for the jokes. Adjust your attention span. Here's a bunch of shit I sneezed out in Right 10 Club. I invented a reverse calculator. It creates more problems than it solves.
I like that.
I went to Busch Gardens, not the one you're thinking of. This one doesn't have roller coasters or bushes. just an aircraft carrier shaped topiary in a flower bed that says mission accomplished. And there is a guy doing portraits there too. Let's see. Those people with bags of gas. I'm jealous of Canada because they have bags of milk. We have bags of gas. That's not as useful. How are they going to get the gas from the bag into their car? Are they going? Is someone going to pitch bag nozzles on Shark Tank? Which Joe Rogan show is scarier? The one where they eat bugs or the one where they talk to flat earthers? I was at a wildlife park. It's just a zoo, but it's just regular animals that can't go back to the wild. So basically, an institution for bears with an eating disorder. Among the desecrated critters was a fisher cat. All right, it's a type of. It's just like it's like a mean weasel thing. All right, if you don't know what a legless lizard is, you're not going to know what a fisher cat is. And it was totally chill with people. So it couldn't be. So that was kind of dangerous for it and people. So yeah, it was likely caused by a head trauma. Someone took Pop Goes the Weasel a little too seriously. And I was able to because it was so chill and because it was a mentally compromised weasel, I was able to book shows with it. All right. City folk look down on people up here in rural communities, but then they go and wait in line for a bagel. When I was a kid, I didn't like cream cheese. So basically, bagels were butter tampons. They just kept soaking it up. I do open heart surgery, mostly artichoke hearts. I went to culinary school. I'm so dependent on spell check. I try to spell words just enough so it will pick it up because I trust the robot more than myself, but sometimes it doesn't give me the word I want, so I'm like, don't insult my intelligence. You know what I'm talking about. I want to run the Prague Marathon so I can have two things to never shut the fuck up about in one. What the heck? Yeah, remember when Mandela died in prison? He actually didn't. It's just a supernatural phenomenon called you're dumb. Remember when you paid attention in history class? That didn't happen either. People who believe in the Mandela effect also don't read their emails. Thank you. And me and a couple other comedians are going to be in Eastern Pennsylvania next month to ride roller coasters. If you're there and you like roller coasters, hit me up.
Woo! Give it up for AJ Capuccio and also give it up for roller
coasters.
Let's give it up for both of these things just as equally. All right, you guys, and I double lied because AJ wasn't our closer. Our closer is Mr. Kanye Zest himself. Give it up for Chris Aleo.
Hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Only one yes for me. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm at this mic. I went to an in-person mic today. I was gonna go to a second in-person mic, but I came to this one instead because the second one is at this bar that I'm genuinely afraid to go to. You know what that's like to be? I'm 21. I'm afraid of a physical location. That is not okay at all. Get my shit together. I did turn 21 during this pandemic. I had COVID on my 21st birthday. Believe it or not, I had coronavirus. Not really what I had in mind for my 21st. I'm gonna be honest, everybody. I thought, I live in a city, all right? I thought I'd be like downtown, like slamming drinks and meeting women. Instead, I was just like alone in my kitchen, like, whoa, I can't taste this lemon. This is that is shit. I don't feel 21. I still feel like a teenager. Like anytime a bouncer lets me into a bar, I'm just like, "You sure? Like I can leave. It's okay." Yeah. Next joke I'm not proud of. I'm not gonna tell it anyways. That's how you want to start off a joke. I like playing pickup basketball a lot. And I was playing with my buddy the other day. He was like, "Hey man, do you like playing in the paint or do you like hitting threes more?" He's like, "Do you like hitting threes?" I was like, "Man, just because they're threes doesn't make it okay to hit women, all right? That's not cool at all."
Oh.
I said I wasn't proud, okay? All right, losing you guys with the hitting. All right. Something I've been thinking about lately is that my friends and I, we're very stupid people. We often get ourselves in situations like no young adults should ever find themselves in. Like, this is true. My two friends and I, we got a cease and desist filed against us from Sesame Place. This is real. Big Bird was very pissed. All right, guys. The area I'm from in Pennsylvania, there's a Sesame Street themed amusement park called Sesame Place, which, first of all, dumb name for a park, right? That's stupid as shit. That'd be like if the Star Wars theme park in Disneyland was just called Star Wars Place. It's lazy as shit, all right? So dumb. I know the teenagers in our area will get like their summer jobs there. They'll get paid like $8 an hour to wear like a 100-degree Big Bird suit and get like yelled at by angry fat people. And we thought it would be funny to make a parody Twitter account for the Sesame Place. And the parody Twitter account is when you make an account that looks identical to the actual social media account of that place. You just tweet as if it's them. So people see it and they think it's this big corporation, when in reality it's just three assholes. Tweet a bunch of stupid stuff. And they never got a lot of likes. Like we tweeted something like, "Oh, you know, Elmo doesn't believe in vaccines," or never really did much. But one of them got a lot of likes, and this is where we got in trouble. We tweeted, "Attention, all employees are encouraged to smoke cigarettes inside the costumes." We got like 500 likes, and the real Sesame Place saw that, and they were like, "We didn't tweet this, did we? What is this?" Quickly took our countdown, and in the last 10 seconds, I'd just like to read a few of the tweets that we tweeted that got taken down. One of my personal favorites, my friend came up with this. He said, "Big Bird demands a blood sacrifice every hour." That's thank you so much for get me on.
Yeah. Keep it going for Chris Aleo, and also keep it going for blood sacrifices. Like, please come back. All right, you guys. That is Chris was our final comedian of the night. Be sure to plug your pluggables in the chat. That's all for us. Tom, you want to close this out, brother?
Hell yeah, I do. That's not my favorite part of the show. It's the saddest part of the show for me, because I have to say goodbye to all of your lovely faces. But that's all the time we have for tonight. We're going to stop streaming, but I want to give a big thank you to all the comedians who performed tonight, my awesome co-host Brooks, and to you, our audience, if you're out there. If you enjoyed the show and want to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size at district-comedy.live. Have a great night, everybody. Goodbye. Woo, 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 woo.